Welcome back to Midday Live. Now to some business stories now, and industry all. A global union is pleading with government to increase investment into the energy sector to save businesses from collapsing. The global union says that it'll, in the coming months, deal with multinationals operating in Ghana for paying meager wages and salaries to Ghanaian workers.
In Ghana, the Industrial and Commercial Workers Union, the Petrochemical Workers Union and the Ghana Mine Workers Union are affiliated to Industrial, the Global Union. The Global Union, at a press conference in Accra, chastised multinationals operating in Ghana in paying meager wages to workers.
I heard that there are big differences in the salary levels in Ghana in different sectors, and as Solomon said, the biggest problem here are really the outsourced workers and the informal sector. That's why this is the urgency, that you have to be able to move people from the informal sector to the formal sector, to limit outsourcing, and if it's used, then guarantee the same level of pay and social benefits.
The Global Union once again asked the government to provide financial investment in the energy sector to save the collapse of industries.
There needs to be investment, and also partially, since these are about big money, private sector participation in creating a functioning energy system in Ghana. I was asking this question, and there's still no answer, that why don't you invest a bit more on solar power? Solar power is a decentralized solution. You obviously, for big industrial support, you need bigger power plants.
Currently, available figures indicate Ghana needs about $1.5 million to bridge the infrastructure gap. But Industrial believes corruption has affected Ghana's development.
What are investors looking for? They are looking for a functioning infrastructure, access to skilled, trained workforce, rule of law, and no corruption, and then access to energy at a reasonable price. Ghana has challenges in all of these areas.
The General Secretary of ICU, Solomon Kote, was worried about casualization of workers and asked them to seek redress at the courts.
We have a law that allows any worker of any form to join a union, 2 or 3 people. We are really going to emphasize that again, and we call on all Ghanaians who find themselves in any employment that the law is on their side to be secured by joining the union of their choice.
Also, the Oil Palm Association of Ghana wants adequate support from government and other stakeholders to enhance efficiency to boost production. The industry is fraught with inadequate infrastructure, limited finances, and lack of access to technology and appropriate inputs.
The oil palm tree, also referred to as the tree of life, has a lifespan of 105 years. Raw materials from the tree are used for baskets, hats, clothing and building materials. West Africa produces about 6% of global palm oil demand, woefully inadequate to satisfy increasing demand in the sub-region. Currently, Ghana has 305,758 hectares under cultivation for oil palm. Ghana is a net importer of 70,000 tons of oil palm annually to supplement limited domestic supply. 80% of the crop is cultivated by private small-scale farmers who use unimproved planting materials, which often lead to low productivity. At the launch of the Oil Palm Development Association, Minister of Trade and Industry Dr. Ekos Biogabra indicated that the ministry will create an enabling environment for the oil palm industry.
With support of other stakeholders, work very hard to encourage the creation this year of an oil palm development board, which will be an overarching national institution that will help to oversee all policies, the regulations, the legislation, the monitoring, the oversight, the analysis, the reporting, the advocacy, and the funding for this sector.
President of the Oil Palm Development Association Ghana, Engineer Samuel Avala, said importation of crude palm oil poses a threat to the industry.
We however think that it should be a level to be collected, should be collected.